Patty was with us here on Tiki and Tierney, CBS Sports Radio. Patrick, how you doing today, buddy? What's happening?
I'm doing very good. What's happening today is a big day for collectors. I mean, Upper Deck came with a very innovative idea. I mean, bring the points in, and I really feel it's a great day for collectors. I mean, the ones who love to collect will have a chance to collect points from different players from different eras, especially from today and from the past, which is great for the game of hockey.
Patrick, this is the Grandeur Hockey Coin Collection. How can you get these?
Well, you could get in Canada. Obviously, you could get them from the CIBC, and you could also have them from the Upper Deck EPAC, and the fans from outside Canada could go there.
Sounds like a good thing. We'll pump it out for you, do a little social media hit. One thing we know, we can't get coins of the Olympics coming up here. The big announcement, I got to get your thoughts on this. There's been a lot of reaction. The NHL is going to pull the plug on the Olympics. What do you think about this, Patrick?
Well, I mean, players that, I read some reaction from players, and obviously, I mean, they enjoyed. I mean, I played in Nagano, and it was a great moment in my career. And for the players, it seems like they enjoyed that event, and then they want to be part of it. And I haven't really followed it enough to tell you why NHL decided not going in that direction, but I certainly understand how the players' feelings about it, and it's totally normal because it's a great event. It's fun to be part of it.
Well, let me ask you this, Pat. That's a fair take, but I wonder what's more important to the overall growth of the sport: interrupting the NHL season to help promote it on this incredibly grand worldwide stage, or being responsible and I guess your job, which obviously is the NHL. What's more important for the growth of the sport? I mean, I would think that it would be the Olympics for sure, although it obviously cuts into the NHL season. But what do you think?
It's a good question. You bring a very interesting side of it, and I think the players are extremely. I mean, that's all I felt when I was playing. It was extremely respectful of the fans. I understand that. Yeah, there's the visibility you want to have for the hockey game. Going to the Olympics, we feel that it helps the game to grow. But at the same time, you remember there's people coming night after night supporting you, your team, and you as a player. Mm-hmm. And this is also extremely important. And I think the players have been dealing really well with it. They were capable of juggling with this really well and be very professional about it. I mean, yes, you go there, you want to win. Yes, you want to see the game grow. But at the same time, when you're coming back, you really want to win that Stanley Cup. And that's what you're playing for. And,
yeah.
and every day, I mean, your focus is there. And certainly, I mean, that's what I wanted anyway when I was a kid growing up. I was dreaming of winning Stanley Cups, and fortunate for me, it happened 4 times.
Yeah, no doubt. Talking to Patty Waugh, of course, one of the all-time greats, Hall of Fame goalie with us here on Tiki and Tierney.
Hey, Patrick, you said you played in the Olympics in Nagano, but you were also the head coach and vice president of hockey operations at the Avalanche. When that happened, when you were playing and also when you were the head coach, did it bother you, the disruption, or was it just part of the process of the season?
It was a bit of the beginning of it. Nagano was probably one of the first time, in a long time since hockey was going to. Then I was not that high on it, mm-hmm. But I have to admit, once you're there, you have a chance to mix with the different athletes, different sports. It made it really fun and entertaining and gives you a different, point of view. A different view of how, everybody basically in sports has to make sacrifice in order to be successful. And you can see the frustration that they have in different sports that you have in your sports, on and on. Then I thought it was very, it was nice for me to be part of it. Open my eyes on the, see things differently.
Now, BT and I have never been at the Olympics as athletes, but we heard the Olympic Village is epic. It's just amazing what goes on there with the athletes. So I can imagine that's something that guys want to be a part of. Do you think that the NHL will come down hard on guys? Because I heard Alexander Ovechkin say that he was going to go regardless if they decide to go and miss parts of the season.
It's a tough question for me to answer.
Yeah.
I mean, are the NHL going to go hard? I hope not, but at the same time, I mean, I'm sure they're going to come up with reasons, and maybe everybody's going to have a better understanding.
So to Patty Waugh, of course, with us here on Tiki and Tierney. Are you a basketball fan at all, or are you just solely hockey? You follow hoops a little bit, Pat?
I still follow the game.
A little bit?
I mean, younger, I was like I said, a card collector, and now, I mean, I started playing, and when I was younger, and then I had the chance to play 18 years at the NHL level. I mean, it's hard to say to you in the morning, "Oh, I'm no longer a fan of the game of hockey." You always remain. I've always been very passionate about the game, and I still am. I mean, I still watch games. I mean, spending the winter in Florida, and it's been nice out, here, but the game is on TV everywhere. Then, I mean, you could see the game growing, and I think it's great for hockey.
And I'm curious, though, because one of the things that's come up a lot with Tiki and I here on our show, and it's a big story in the NBA, it hasn't permeated the NHL yet, and I wonder if you think it might, or what would happen if it did. A lot of the NBA stars, they rest up. Well, we'll just kind of coast a little bit here during the regular season, 82 games like the NHL. Make sure we're fresh for the first, second, third, and eventually the NBA Finals if you're good enough to get there, rounds of the playoffs here. What if that started I know hockey guys are different, so I don't think it ever will happen. But do you think there's any benefit to star players taking time off throughout the season to make sure they're fresh for the Stanley Cup run? Would you be down with that as a player, and then on the other side when you were an executive and a coach?
I always enjoy playing. Taking some time off in the course of the season is not something that I really needed. Obviously, being a goaltender, I didn't play every game. I mean, I was playing an average about 60 games per year. Then, but honestly, I mean, it's not something that never really went through my mind. I mean, I always enjoyed being on the ice, and then I was. Even when I was not playing, I was not too crazy to sit on the bench. I spoke to Marty Brodeur many times about that because he was playing like probably 10 or 12 more games than I was. And he was like me. We love to be. We're competitor. We want to be on the ice. We want to play. I mean, days off is not something that we're too crazy. I mean, when it's over, it's over. But until it gets over, you want to be involved.
Gotcha. No doubt, buddy. Well, listen, it's a short list, and when we say short, you're the only one on it. 3-time MVP during the Stanley Cup playoffs. So there's only one person to do that. That is Patty Waugh, of course, the greatest. He's with us, the goalie. Pat, we'll get this tweet out for you. We'll help you out with the coin collection. Definitely a cool avenue for hockey fans. Good stuff. Thanks for chatting with us, buddy.
And if our fans want more info, www.hockeycoins.com.
Hockeycoins.com. You got it, buddy. Thanks, Patrick.
It's a pleasure, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.